Hey guys, what's up? It's Shadows here today. And in yesterday's video, I told you that they basically teased us saying that they were going to be releasing the CWL rule set, the game modes, the maps that are going to be played this year within the Call of Duty World League. They did end up releasing that, I believe, 4 or 5 hours after I uploaded and released my video. So in today's video, we're going to be basically discussing what was given to us yesterday as far as information goes, what maps we're going to be seeing, what game modes we're going to be seeing, and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get started right away with the first information that we got. Is going to be the 3 game modes that we're going to be seeing this year. To start off with, we're going to be seeing Hardpoint, and obviously, you know, Hardpoint, like I said, has been in the Call of Duty competitive scene in every single game that it's been in since Black Ops 2. So basically, having Hardpoint in the COD World League was not a surprise to any of us. A lot of us saw it's coming. And moving forward, we have Search and Destroy, which obviously that has been in the COD World League / MLG COD ever since like Modern Warfare 2. So basically, since competitive COD started, Search and Destroy has been in. So everyone kind of figured that was going to be in there. And then for the third mode, a lot of people wanted to see Domination or something else like that return, but unfortunately that's not what happened. We ended up getting Control as the third game mode this year, which is kind of unique because it is going to be kind of interesting to see how it plays out, being that Control, the first time this game mode has ever been seen in Call of Duty, is Black Ops 4, so we've never been able to see it played competitively before, so it's going to be interesting seeing. But it is also going to be interesting seeing Control because it is literally basically just like another Hardpoint kind of, except the objectives work a little bit differently, which is interesting because then if you guys have never watched competitive Call of Duty before, basically what it goes is Game 1 is a Hardpoint, Game 2 Search and Destroy, Game 3 is going to be Control this year, then Game 4 is another Hardpoint, and Game 5 is the Search and Destroy. So basically, the respawns this year are all going to basically be the same, so you're going to have like a Hardpoint, a Control, and a Hardpoint. Like, I don't know, I feel like if a team is really respawn dominant this year, they're going to be able to win every single series because of how similar Control and Hardpoint are. Moving forward, though, we can go over what maps we are going to be seeing per game mode. So obviously there's going to be different maps that you can only play in like Control, or they can only play in Search and Destroy, and so on. And then there's going to be maps that you can see all 3 game modes on throughout the year of COD World League. So let's go ahead, and the maps for Control are Arsenal, Frequency, Gridlock, Jungle, Payload, and Seaside. Those are honestly seem like really good maps. I mean, the only one that I've seen a lot of the pro players have an issue with, and the only one that I even see on that list, I'm just kind of like, why is it there, would be Jungle. I feel like Jungle is a very interesting map to have played Control on. I could see it on Search and Destroy, but I really cannot see Jungle being played for Control or Hardpoint. It just seems like a very interesting map to play. The settings for Control for competitive are going to be a 2-second respawn delay, a 3-second suicide penalty, 15-second pre-match timer, and 5-second pre-round timer. So basically there's just going to have respawn delays, where in the normal game modes there are no respawn delays. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about the Hardpoint maps. The Hardpoint maps that we can see this year are going to include Arsenal, Contraband, Frequency, Gridlock, Seaside, Slums, and Summit. Now, that is honestly such a good list, just because if you guys have been following Call of Duty competitive since Black Ops 2, you guys will know that Hardpoint Slums was a very big popular map back in Black Ops 2, and the fact that it's in Black Ops 4 and then they decided to put it in competitive, and especially they decided to put Hardpoint competitive on that map, it's literally going to be like some of these teams you're going to be like watching probably some old school Black Ops 2 strats, which honestly, as a fan for Call of Duty competitively for as many years as I've been a fan, and I even competed for a few years every once in a while, I'm really excited to see how Hardpoint on Slums is going to play out in Black Ops 4. I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, when they're training for this map, Slums, and when they're practicing as a team, I feel like they're going to be going back and like watching old Black Ops 2 streams and stuff of coverage of tournaments, just to kind of see how teams played it back in the day, because I feel like even though it's not the same game, there's a lot of the fundamentals are basically the same, so I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun watching Slums Hardpoint get played, and I feel like that is going to be a map that we're going to see throughout the year that's going to be very common. I don't really see teams out there vetoing that map if there is a veto system this year, which I wouldn't be surprised if there is. As far as the Hardpoint settings go, there's a 2-second respawn delay, 3-second suicide penalty, and a 15-second pre-match timer. So You still have the respawn delays in hardpoint, which you would not have in just normal core hardpoint or anything like that when you're playing hardpoint. Moving on to search and destroy. The search and destroy maps that we're going to be seeing include Arsenal, Firing Range, Frequency, Gridlock, Hacienda, Payload, and Seaside. So basically, I think those are all really good maps for search and destroy. I feel like search and destroy, especially on all those maps, play out really well. I feel like Firing Range, search and destroy is going to be crazy. I feel like that's going to be probably one of the fastest paced maps, and I feel like Payload and Hacienda are going to kind of be played slower pace. But I honestly cannot wait to see competitive this year, as it is going to be 5v5, which is going to be crazy compared to the normal 4v4. There'll be a lot more action. As far as search and destroy settings go, time limit is decreased to 1 minute 30 seconds. That's the usual. Round limit is up to 6 rounds, which is also the usual. Silent plant is enabled, which is also the usual, and 15-second pre-match timer and 5-second pre-round timer. So basically, just your normal search and destroy competitive rules from past years is going to be what it is for this year. As far as things that are going to be banned from the CWL, at least at the start and until they make adjustments to this rule set, which I imagine there are going to be quite a few adjustments, because there's kind of a decent amount of outrage about what they decided to ban, and the competitive scene kind of feels like there should be a lot more banned than there is. So let's just go ahead, and the only specialist as of now that is banned is Nomad. So basically every other specialist in the game besides Nomad you can use. So you can use Ajax, you can use Battery. Like, it's just, there's a lot of stuff that people don't want to see in the game. Like, a lot of people don't want the 9 Bane and Ajax shield to be in competitive because it is kind of overpowered. There's actually a bunch of videos that have since come out after this list that basically show Ajax getting like pulling out a shield and going into a corner, and then people like that are playing as Ruin and Battery and stuff using their specialists and stuff on them, and it doing no damage to Ajax. So it's kind of concerning, but we'll see how things go. As far as specialist equipment that's banned, the sensor dart and tac deploy are banned. The tac deploy is only banned though in hardpoint and search and destroy, so teams can use the tac deploy on control, which I've seen a lot of mixed feelings about that. A lot of people don't like that idea at all, because basically if you have a team that's going to put down a tac deploy and the other team spawn in control, it could really change a game's pace very fast. The sensor dart though, we all kind of saw that coming, because obviously they don't like, in competitive sense, Modern Warfare 3, they don't like it when people can use streaks or anything like that where they can see enemies on the minimap. So moving forward though, we're going to be talking about the weapon restrictions. This year, what's getting banned is the Titan, the Hades, the VKM 750, the MOG 12, and the SG 12. And also the Hellion Salvo. So first, let's talk about the first 5 weapons on the list. So obviously we're getting the LMGs banned, and we're having the 2 shotguns banned. That's not a surprise. That usually happens every single Call of Duty year. The shotguns are always getting banned, as well as the fact that the LMGs are usually getting banned, because even though they're not that popular to be used, they are very, very strong. So obviously they kind of want the game to be as balanced as possible, so that people are using weapons like, I guess, ARs and some machine guns mainly, and every once in a while you'll see a sniper pulled out, because that's how the competitive has just always been, and I feel like that's how they want to keep it. And the Hellion Salvo, which is the rocket launcher on this game, is temporarily banned. Now you guys might be being like, why would it only be temporarily banned? In every other game there's been a secondary like launcher or something, it's been taken out. The reason that they're temporarily banning it is because apparently in a future patch update they're going to be nerfing the Salvio's damage that does to players. So basically they want people on teams to be able to use this in the matches to take out score streaks and stuff that can be earned by the enemy team, but they don't want people to be using it to kill other enemies, and that is literally the reasoning behind it too. They said that they would like to see teams be able to use it to take out like enemy helicopters and stuff like that in the game, but they don't want to see it players like that need to clear a hard point just come running in with an RPG and just RPG the hard point, because that just kind of ruins, I guess, the fun. Doesn't really like take as much skill or anything if you're just gonna run up with an RPG and get a quick 5-piece. Like, it's really not that bad. So they are temporarily restricting it from the COD World League until they nerf it against players. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about attachment restrictions. There's going to be the high caliber, high explosive, laser sight 2, max load, rapid fire, rocket cache, and steady grip. None of those really stand out and are surprising. Those were basically already banned before the rule set came out. As far as optics come out, you're going to have the fast lock that is banned, which doesn't surprise us. Perks, Gun Ho, Skulker, Team Link, and Tracker are all banned. Nothing really surprising there either. Wild cards, Overkill, Primary Operator mod, Secondary Operator mod. Those 3 are banned, which also nothing really surprising there. And as far as score streaks go, you cannot use UAV, Care Package, Counter UAV, Sentry, or Mantis, which the first 3, the usual. The fact that they're banning the Sentry and the Mantis this year is interesting because in Black Ops 3 you were allowed to use Sentries and you were allowed to use the Cerberus. So I don't really know why they're banning Sentries and Mantis this year, but we'll see. They must have reasoning behind it. And the last thing that is going to be banned from gear is the acoustic sensor. And if you guys don't know what that is, it basically amplifies footsteps, so it makes it so even if you're running dead silence, you can be heard. So it's kind of makes sense that they're banning that from competitive. Lobby settings, obviously friendly fire is going to be enabled, battle chatter is disabled, revenge voice is disabled, announcer is disabled, third person spectating disabled, third person gestures disabled, gesture camera controls disabled, and team assignment is going to be open. And that basically covers all the information that we were given yesterday. So if you guys have any comments or anything, what you guys think should be changed, please leave them down below in the comments. If you guys go on to enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like. And thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you guys also have it, make sure you click that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new videos / go live on this channel. Thank you guys all so much for clicking on today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.